Welcome viewers. Yes, I do believe that part of this deal is a concession that we're going to get the truth out in front of the American people, Representative Matt Gaetz, RCA, told interviewer Charlie Kirk Wednesday after Kirk asked Gaetz if he anticipates the full release of the Capitol Police January 6 surveillance video. In this video we will break it all down for you. But before we continue, please take a minute of your precious time to hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell to get the latest update from us. The Capitol Police has designated the footage as security information that should be kept from the public, but portions of it were selectively released after it was turned over to the Democrat-run January 6 committee of the last Congress. It is widely assumed among conservatives that the footage will reveal evidence that police were overly aggressive toward protesters and that agents provocateur were heavily involved in instigating the events of January 6, according to January 6 Monitor and conservative writer Julie Kelly. Kevin McCarthy told us he's going to get the evidence out in front of the American people, and that means releasing the 14,000 hours of tapes that have been hidden that I think would give fuller context to that day, rather than the cherry-picked moments that the January 6 committee tried to use to inflame and further divide our country. Gaetz praised McCarthy for specifically mentioning the disgraced FBI rather than just the government in his victory speech as the newly elected speaker. He was very specific in his language. He talked about the weaponization of the disgraced FBI specifically, Gaetz said. His willingness to do that with particularity I think shows that he's ready to lower his shoulder and to get in this fight that I think many Americans expect us to be in on behalf of the civil rights that we hold dear. Kirk, who heads up the popular youth conservative group Turning Point USA, compared McCarthy's willingness to negotiate with conservatives in apparent good faith to former Republican House Speakers Paul Ryan and John Boehner, who never would have done that. He credited Gaetz for using the leverage he had over McCarthy to steer him in a conservative direction. Gaetz said the battle between fellow House Freedom Caucus conservatives and McCarthy was well worth it. We would not be in the position we are today had we had a smooth Tuesday, referring to January 3, the first day of the speakership vote when McCarthy fell short of the votes needed. But I would rather have a turbulent 4 days and then come up with a process that we all believe in and commitments that we can rely on than have a really smooth takeoff and then 2 years of turbulence and not really knowing what's coming next. So I think this is a far preferable system. I think we've got our cards on the table right now. The American people know what to expect from a fighting Republican majority. The Senate knows what they can expect from us regarding how we are going to comport ourselves and handle the legislative process professionally. Like adults, we want to make this a better place. The tweet links to her piece in American Greatness, in which she speculates. The footage, which captured the inside and outside of the building, will show how many agitators and/or federal assets were staged at various locations early in the day. The public undoubtedly will be shocked to see police officers from Capitol Police and D.C. Metropolitan Police Departments viciously attacking crowds of people assembled outside the Capitol. Mendoza's testimony also confirmed that Capitol Police officers used non-lethal munitions on hundreds of individuals, beginning shortly after 1 p.m. Kelly writes. Weaponry included pepper balls, projectiles containing a chemical irritant shot from a launcher, similar to a paintball gun, gas, rubber bullets, and flashbangs, a less-than-lethal grenade that likely caused the fatal heart attacks of 2 Trump supporters that afternoon. American Greatness's Kelly, who has been dogged in exposing facts surrounding January 6 that are inconvenient to Democrats pushing their Trump-led insurrection narrative, tweeted today, "If it's okay for House Impeachment Committee, January 6 Committee, and HBO to have access to secret surveillance footage from January 6, then it's okay for the American people to see it, too." Republican congressional firebrand who opposed Kevin McCarthy's rise to House Speaker said he's confident McCarthy will honor his concession to Republican Party conservatives by releasing 14,000 hours of January 6 official surveillance video footage squelched by Democrats. Please, what is your take on this? And remember to subscribe as well. Thanks for